Hi, my name is Todd Lynham.
Okay, and I'm Forrest Gump.
And today we're going to talk about iodine.
Now, why are we talking about iodine? I mean, nobody don't know about no iodine.
People know about iodine.
You don't know about no iodine. Tell them you don't know nothing about no iodine.
Most people know that iodine is the mineral that's composed in the thyroid gland. It regulates your metabolism. If you don't have enough iodine, you usually get either a large Adam's apple or can deal with
large Adam's apple.
Yeah, large Adam's apple.
They didn't know that. You didn't know that.
You can also have like brain deficiency because brain development.
Well, they toe up anyway. So.
Brain development is dependent on having iodine in your body. But more importantly, we're talking about how not having iodine can affect or cause you to have fibroid tumors. Now, one of the most common diseases women have, or degenerative diseases women have, is caused by it's like fibroid tumors or uterine issues, and
fibrocystic
breast disease.
Right.
So, and these
fibrocystic breast disease is also a part of why they have the fibroid, the fibrocystic tumors or uterine, what do you call it? Uterine tumors.
Correct. Uterine, ovarian cysts,
ovarian
cysts, tumors.
Okay.
Now, why iodine is important is that iodine has what's called, this is for people that know chemistry, because we don't know that much, we know a little bit, but people that know chemistry know that iodine has a -1 valence, and the opposite of the -1 valence is a +1 valence. And potassium has a +1 valence.
Right.
So what happens is the iodine is there, and it holds, the pressure of iodine keeps the potassium in solution.
Right.
If you don't have enough iodine, then the potassium will fall out of solution and when it falls out of solution, it falls into what's called ovarian. It causes ovarian cysts.
Now stop right there. Stop right there. I want to make sure they got that. Basically, if potassium is a +1 and iodine is a -1, you got to have the both in order to keep balance.
Right.
But the moment your iodine levels fall too low, you now have imbalance, which causes the potassium to fall out of balance.
Fall out of solution.
Fall out of solution. But when the potassium falls out of solution, you now have your
body has a mechanism to catch that out of solution and puts it in a ovarian cyst. And so now you have a cyst.
That trash bag.
That's what's causing the cyst. Now, no one's ever told you that before, but that's actually what's causing the cyst.
The imbalance of the potassium because your iodine levels are too low.
Now, there's several things that will make the situation much worse, having too much estrogen in your body, which will lead to those ovarian cysts turning into fibroid tumors, toxicity.
So that creates the iron deficiency, basically.
Right. The iodine deficiency causes the potassium to fall out of solution, which is the beginning.
Starts the process.
Of you getting fibroid tumors.
Right. Or ovarian cysts.
Right.
And also the fibrocystic breast disease.
Right.
Okay, so
now the key to I say all this, I'd be remiss if I didn't give you a solution to all this, give you this information, don't give you something that can actually assist you or help you, or how you can prevent this from happening. So, number one, you want to take our fibroid formula. If you have fibroid tumors, depending on, no matter how large they are, the size of lemon, cantaloupe, grape, it doesn't matter. You want to take our fibroid formula.
I think it's important they need to know why they need to take the fibroid formula. Okay. And I think I'm going to jump on that a little bit. The reason you take the fibroid formula is because you need the minerals. The only place you're going to get the minerals from are the plants that are in the formula. So now keep this in mind. Same way you fall out of balance of iodine, same way you're imbalance of the potassium and the iodine because you're lacking in the iodine. The only way you can get that iodine is through what?
Okay. Iodine is the best source of iodine is probably, I would say, bladderwrack and kelp. So those are
that's two plants.
There's 2 plants. Now, but you can't go wrong if you're eating things from plants from the sea. So
that's true.
All those plants are going to have iodine. But the best sources are bladderwrack and kelp. So in our iodine formula, which you get when you get our fibroid formula, we always recommend people get the iodine as well. You're going to find that it has these types of plants in it, because we're giving you a plant source of iodine. So now, why am I saying plant source of iodine? Because you can buy iodine from the store, but what you're getting is an inorganic form of iodine. Meaning that, for example, every mineral comes in 2 different forms, organic and inorganic. So, for example, when I say iron and you think of railroad tracks, that's inorganic iron.
Now, that's not iron. It's iron, but that ain't iron.
It's inorganic iron. Now, organic iron is when the plant absorbs the iron from the soil and then you eat the plant. See, that's why the plant kingdom is so important, because the plant kingdom is uniquely capable of transforming inorganic minerals into an organic form that you can utilize in your body.
That will actually help your body restore itself to its normal functioning capacity. Because right now, you're minus that. You're not functioning like you should be because you don't have the minerals and nutrients that you need. That's 64.
So now here's the problem. The problem is that when you go to the health food store, they offer you these inorganic minerals. Now, what does your body do with the inorganic minerals? It's going to try to use it because it's there.
But people believe that when they see that stuff, they believe that they're actually getting the minerals and nutrients disguised as vitamins that they're supposed to be getting. How will they know that they're not organic?
Okay, the easiest way to know if it's not from a plant source. So when you look on the back of your bottle, you're looking for iodine. If you don't see kelp, bladderwrack, you don't have organic iodine.
If you don't see a plant, a name of a plant, then you're getting, I like how you said it before. You said the best way to tell if it's an inorganic item is it'll come with 2 names.
Yeah, it'll have 2 names. So for example, when you get calcium, you'll get calcium carbonate. Now,
calcium ain't got no second name.
Yeah, right. So what the problem is, when they say these things, it's your body will try to use it. However, it's in the wrong form. And so because it's in the wrong form, it becomes harmful to the body. And that's why you have like international units measuring these minerals, because there's a toxicity to them. There's no toxicity to eating bananas. There's no toxicity to eating seaweed. There's no toxicity to eating plants. There's a toxicity to using inorganic minerals because they can harm your body from taking too many of them. So, for example, if you were trying to get iron in your body, I know we're talking about iodine. I'm using iron for an example. You're trying to take iron in your body. No one in their right mind would,
try to eat railroad tracks.
Would go licking on some railroad tracks and try to get some iron. But see, we had our grandparents who told us, cook in a cast iron skillet because that's going to give you iron. That's what I was told too. But that's the inorganic form of iron, and so you're not getting the right form. The problem with that also is that's harmful to the body. There's actually a certain level of iron that you can take from that form that will start to be harmful. So your body will try to use it, just like your car will try to use your car will try to use leaded gas or diesel gas if you put it in there. But it's going to run ragged. It's going to tear your car up after a while.
It ain't going to work.
So that's the same thing. So when you take these inorganic forms of these minerals, you're always going to look for a plant source. Nothing in nature comes, like even with vitamins.
So reduce the caffeine and increase the iodine, which is bladderwrack, kelp.
Right. And then what women will notice is when they have their menstrual cycle, getting closer to the menstrual cycle, they'll start craving things, and they'll start craving like chocolate. And the reason the body's craving chocolate is because chocolate has caffeine in it.
That's what do they call it? They call that a #1 sign to show that you have a deficiency.
Yeah. In fact,
when you start craving it.
If you are caffeine deficient, or caffeine toxicity, and you have the iodine deficiency, that's like almost a guarantee that you're eventually going to have fibroid tumors.
Wow. Did you hear that? So when you're craving that chocolate and you think, well, I'm just craving some chocolate. Oh no. You got a problem.
Yeah. And so it's, and I really like to talk to women because women raise children. And so it's important that women learn. You don't have to learn, everything that a herb does, but you do need to learn about health because you have to instruct and teach your children about health so that they won't have the same problems as you do. So people, mistakenly.
I think they need to know that nature is around you. Nature is what you can see, feel, and touch. You can actually see and feel and touch nature. So these herbs, these plants, these solutions, that I like to call them, are there to help you help yourself, because the body does all the healing. The herbs only give you what you're missing. And if you think about it, when you were first born, you were 100%. I mean, you was hitting on all cylinders.
Right.
Now you're not. And the only way you can get your body back to hitting on all cylinders is you got to use these plants. You got to use these herbs. You got to use nature. It's what you can see. It's what's real. Everything else, man-made, And this is our way of trying to help you guys see that, look, there is a solution.
Don't defer your health to other people. You want to take
concept number 1.
You want to take personal responsibility. So that means, I'm not saying that you can't refer to the doctor, that's fine because he has.
Well, I got a problem with them referring to the doctor. Here's why. Now, and some of y'all gonna agree, some of y'all gonna disagree. Do you ask the doctor, hey doc, can I smoke this cigarette?
No, they don't do that.
Do you ask the doctor, hey doc, can I have this glass of wine?
No, they don't.
Can I have this here? What's that? Alcoholic, you know, the tequila and all that good stuff, the real good stuff that make you lean over when you drink it.
No, so they
You
don't.
never get permission to poison yourself, but you gotta get permission to eat plants.
Yeah.
You gotta get permission to use herbs. I really want people to think about this because I don't get that. That don't make any sense to me.
Well, so what you're basically saying is you didn't need the permission to get yourself in a bad situation.
But you need permission to get out.
Get out.
Ooh.
I see.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, but I mean, what I'm saying is, iodine is very important. And so we wanted you to know that you have to get a daily source of iodine. You don't need that. Your body doesn't need that much iodine. But if you don't have enough iodine, it does affect brain function. So there's more serious, there's other more serious impacts of not having iodine than just the fibroid tumor. Because you can, if children don't have enough iodine, it can cause, it can cause what's called you be a dwarf. It can cause you to have mental issues, cause all types of issues. So it's very important that you get iodine. That doesn't require very much of it. However, it's one of our most important minerals that you need to have in your system.
And you got us. I don't want to go too deep, but if you're using deodorant, you got enough bad already out there. Aluminum, what's the other one? Fluoride. You got enough bad things that you're consuming on top of the caffeine. There's a whole host of issues. Maybe we need to talk to people.
We have to do a video on aluminum, but to speak to what you were talking about, he mentioned the
fluoride.
You mentioned the antiperspirant.
Yeah. Deodorant.
So the reason he mentioned that is because antiperspirant, the first ingredient in antiperspirant is aluminum, and that's what causes the aluminum toxicity over years from drinking out of aluminum cans, cooking on aluminum foil, using antiperspirant.
Cooking on Teflon pots.
Yeah, that's fluorine right there. And so those things cause you to have Alzheimer's at the end of the day. That's why you have Alzheimer's. Your body's functioning perfectly, but you just don't have the mental capability to recognize people because you have aluminum toxicity.
So basically, everything you're doing that you think you're doing right, you might be doing wrong. As a result, there's a consequence. Mm-hmm. Fibroid tumors, fibrocystic breast disease. That's a result of what you're doing.
Correct.
So all these different problems, the ovarian cysts, all these things are because of something you're doing. Now, call us and talk to us. We're here. In the meantime, start taking these herbs that we've recommended, the fibroid tumor, the iodine formula. These are the things that are going to stop you from having the problem you have, because they're going to help you assist your body into repairing those things. So that's what I recommend first.
So you go to our website, look for our iodine formula. That's what we're talking about today. And you can, if you do have fibroid tumors, you want to pair that iodine formula with the fibroid formula.
And if you get the 3 bottles or the 6 bottles, you're going to get a free bottle anyway.
Right, correct.
If you get the 1 bottle, then you won't get the free bottle. So I highly recommend you get the free bottle because it won't cost you nothing.
So if you have other questions about iodine, you can reach us at
888-619-4372.
Or you can go to our website,
theurbanherb.net, and hit us up. Thanks for listening.